line.
What you doing, Richard?
Make sure and put your microphone on this time.
Oh, yeah. That wasn't me. That was somebody else with blonde hair.
That's funny.
Obviously, I'm not.
Obviously, you're not a blonde, so...
I'm not that person.
Yeah.
But I do want to wear headphones.
Scotty and I got a good... Oh, no, why is he taking a picture of us? Do I have something in my nose?
Oh, my God. It's so much fun to be ridiculous.
Yeah, you got to send that to us all.
So I have the Spring Creek stuff.
Probably.
I do. I got the train show.
Yep.
I got the Intermountain.
Yep.
We have everything memorized.
Okay.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
That's right. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybelline. Cover girl.
Glenda. We didn't do this to him, honest. He did it on his own.
Yeah, that's it. See what happens.
I told you when I met you we were going to
Yeah, that's it.
your life.
We're going to change your life,
Yeah, that's
Steve.
it. Woo!
Oh, my goodness. All right. What are we doing tonight? Number 252. We got Richard running camera. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Richard. Hi, Richard.
I borrowed some flowers from the local grocery
Those
store.
are actually leaves.
She told me I have to bring them back. I
If
borrowed
you
them from
borrow-
Deerbergs.
Yeah, that's called stealing. If
No.
you borrow them
She said I
without
could
paying.
have them for the show, and then I have to bring them back Monday. Okay, so. Oh, God. Okay, ready, set, and.
3, 2, 1.
The What's Neat This Week video podcast is supported by enthusiastic model railroaders just like you.
These are anyway.
And by GL Robotics. With over 61 colors of 3D printing filaments in stock, your gateway to new technology. Check out their website at glroboticsusa.com. Further support is provided by Microengineering, keeping you on track with quality products for 55 years. Check out their website at www.microengineering.com. Order from your local dealer or order direct by calling 1-800-462-6975. Additional support is provided by Spring Creek Model Trains, your destination for model trains. Stop in and say, wow. Check out their website at springcreekmodeltrains.com. And by Intermountain Railway Company, where the detail makes the difference. Check out their website at intermountain-railway.com. Additional support is provided by Yelsma Graphics, America's leading distributor of quality railroad art and embroidered clothing since 1985. Check out their website at yelsma.com. Further support is provided by the NCE Corporation, the power of DCC. Visit their website at ncedcc.com. And thank you for supporting the What's Neat This Week podcast. This is the What's Neat This Week show and model railroading show number 252 for October 28th, 2023. I'm your host, Ken Patterson, the host of that What's Neat show over at Model Railroad Hobbyist magazine, and I am diligently working on getting the December show out right now. We've got a segment from George Bogatak that I will have in a few days showing how to light his layout, his brand new layout, his new place, and it's really amazing how he has went about doing this. Also, we've got a lot of neat stuff to talk about tonight because, as you well know, we went out to Chicago last week and we experienced amazingly cold temperatures and beautiful trees. While it was 82 degrees here yesterday during the Intermountain photo shoot that I'm going to be showing you pictures of, it was summertime here yesterday. And then last night it turned to winter. It was 42 degrees by 7 o'clock this morning for Friday Night Lights football. It was very cold, but Aiden Smith, Holly's son, did very well at almost 1,400 yards rushing this year.
Wow.
We are so proud of you, Aiden, and I just had to throw that out there. So we got a lot of neat stuff to talk about tonight. There's a train show schedule coming up. First of all, Ken Bird's train show, Sedalia Rails train show is coming up. That's the 12th annual show. Everything is sold out. The tables are sold out. They expect a lot of people on November 4th, 2023 at the Convention Hall in Liberty Park, the historic railroad city of Sedalia, Missouri. $5 for adults and children are free. Look forward to it. All the tables, he told me to tell you guys, are sold out, and he said thank you very much, because after we mentioned it on the show 2 weeks ago, they sold out. So sitting where Mike always sits tonight, I've got Mario? No, this
Luigi.
is
That's Luigi.
Luigi. Okay.
And sitting next to me is the lead singer of Steel Panther, Ken Patterson.
Oh. Is that what this is?
That's what it is tonight.
This represents every color of railroads in railroad history, including the M&M car right in front of me, because that's where some of these colors come from. So that's my best way to describe this. Sitting right next to me is Mario.
It's me, Mario. I'm gonna win.
That's a Mario.
And Holly couldn't be on the show tonight, so Holly's on the show tonight.
Oh, hi, Holly. How are you?
Well, hello, everyone. I'm glad to be here.
I was so looking forward to having you on the show because you saw so many beautiful layouts in Chicago. You could describe them, but no, he's not really Holly.
I'm a drummer for the band now.
That's right. Steel Panther.
I don't
2.
even know who he is.
I don't know who I am either.
He
so I'm
is
afraid
Steve
I don't know.
Mantia.
Steve Mantia, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
I buy property for cash, otherwise known as I buy trains for cash.
right.
That's right.
And I got a call today or yesterday from a gentleman, and I forwarded the phone number to you, so I hope maybe you made a new contact on that.
Okay.
This is really annoying.
Yeah.
Okay.
You look pretty, though.
Do you have split ends? I think, I need a new conditioner or something.
That's
maybe.
probably what
That's
it is.
This is, I'm so glad this is not a live show.
I know.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord. All right. What else do we have in the news right now? Spring Creek model trains in Deshler, Nebraska. I talked to Mike yesterday on the phone, and he asked me if I would be so kind as to talk about some upcoming events that they have got. First thing is the Deshler Express, a day of events here in Deshler being sponsored by the Deshler Chamber of Commerce and Spring Creek Model Trains. We are planning on having an in-store only sale during that day. Please encourage folks to come to Deshler as there will be events for everyone and sales in the model railroad train enthusiasts alike. And I have shown the flyer for that show as I spoke about it. Also, they're holding a sale for the What's Neat viewers. That's us. Yay! Whereas, would like to promote free shipping on any purchases over $250. Use the promo code WNTW. I'm putting up the flyer right now. Hopefully the letters are right. Check out the corner of this flyer and see what the promo code is. And there's an image that I just showed you. Also, the upcoming schedule of where the family, Dave, Deb, Mike, and Jeff, where they all go to help promote the hobby.
And remember, if you want to order something from them and have them bring it to where these places are, give them a call now and let them know, and they'll bring it to the show.
That is so true.
I know.
So the Mid-Continent Prototype Modelers Meet. This is at the Benton's Lion Community Center in Benton, Kansas, November 4th and 5th. They will be there both days with tables of beautiful, wonderful trains that you can purchase. Oklahoma City Train Show. This is at the Cox Pavilion, Oklahoma State Fairgrounds in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, November 4th and 5th. This is a good example of when the family divides up and two of them work one show, two work the other show, two sets of trailers, two vehicles. God, I love them. They work so hard. Rails along the Rio Grande at the Sid Cutter Pilots Pavilion Balloon Festivity Park. And this is in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Yeah, very cool.
And November 11th and 12th. What's the next one, Joshua?
It's the Great Train Show. It's at the Greene County Fairgrounds in
Xenia.
Ohio, and that's on November 18th and 19th. You're going to make me put my glasses on.
They will be there. Oh, wow, look at this.
Yeah, and then look,
Look
they're going to be in
at this.
Collinsville.
Collinsville.
How fun is that? The Great Train Show is going to be here November 25th and 26th at Collinsville, Illinois, at the Gateway Collinsville Center.
If you guys are in St. Louis that weekend, and if we're doing a show that weekend, I want you all here on this show.
Yeah, that's going to be the last Saturday of the month. So
Looks like I'm shooting a 0.5 show.
That's right.
Executive decision has just been
That
made.
Thanksgiving weekend usually is.
It is Thanksgiving weekend.
Sweet.
I'll do a 2.5 show for that.
Hey, why don't we get a turkey and we'll cook it here?
Oh, wait a minute. You're the cook. I was
Where?
going to say, let's call Joshua.
Hey, let's do that. Yeah.
Rock and roll.
All right.
And the
I
last
like that.
one, I just took my glasses off. I
Oh,
can't
that's
see.
in
Hold on.
Longmont, Colorado. That's the Model Railroad Expedition at the Boulder County Fairgrounds main
Yes.
exhibit building. And that's December 8th, 9th, and 10th.
In Longmont, Colorado.
I know we should go to Colorado.
You know Intermountain's going to be
Road
there.
trip.
We should go.
You know Chris Palomares might be there.
Oh.
And that's a 3-day show, December 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Hanging out with Chris is worth the trip.
I know, he's so awesome.
No.
Glenn and I will be at the Thanksgiving show there, the Great Train Show in Colorado. So we're looking forward
Very
to that.
nice. Come and see
Right,
all
and
of
that's
us.
it. So
We'll all be
there
down
with our-
there.
trying to sell our train stuff. So
Awesome.
I don't know how women can, I'm going to take these headphones off. I don't know how women can stand long hair.
I don't know.
I just don't know. They put it behind their ears.
Is that how?
Is that what it
I
is?
don't know.
What it is. Oh, God.
I'm glad you're not a woman,
It's
Ken.
like Joshua, close the sunroof. You're getting the hair on my lipstick. Okay, there's a lot of exciting stuff to talk about. I'm going to continue on next with, I got some freight cars this week sent to me by Intermountain Railway Company in Longmont, Colorado. And I've got HO scale and N scale cars both that I both shot outside yesterday while it was, again, 82 degrees, the last day of summer. And that never happens in October. We never get 82 degrees. That was 20 degrees above average. First car is, and these are all in HO scale, and these are 40-foot cars.
And they're all Milwaukee
Look how
Road.
cool that
I
is. Look at those
know.
hatches.
Roof
I know, right?
hatches, yeah.
I know, right? Milwaukee Road rib side box cars. The first one is the Route of the Hiawathas with the original door. And this is car number 23494.
That's very cool. That one right there.
It's got the original door on it, yes. God, the end detail. Look at the roof walks. They are,
I know.
I know, etched brass roof walks. Second car is Milwaukee Road rib side box car. Brewers Spent Grain
Okay.
with roof hatches.
Okay. So
Which is
that's-
really
this one right
interesting.
there. Yeah, it sure is.
So they would fill the car from the top and then I guess open the car and then would they shovel that out? Or-
I don't know. I mean, they're using it more as a hopper than as a box car, it seems like.
Back in the
So-
day, they would actually get in there with shovels and shovel the stuff into the
Well,
bin.
maybe there's a little door on the big door. Maybe that's where they would open and dump some of it out first. Who
And the
knows?
last car is Milwaukee Road Ridside car, the late paint scheme. I shot these all from on top and from the side so you can see the two dimensions of the car. Car number 23853 in HO scale with metal Katy couplers, metal wheel sets. I mean, these are beautiful cars. Thank you very much, Intermountain. In N scale tonight, we've got Pullman Standard 5277 cubic foot exterior post box cars. The first one is the Rock Island with the white paint scheme on it.
Yeah, route.
The Rock White. Car number 302241. I only shot these from the side. I did not shoot the N-scale cars from on top. Next one is Santa Fe, but this is an X-Rail box, as you can see from the yellow, beautiful paint scheme. Car number 51643. And the last one is Montana Rail Link, the meatball paint scheme. Car number 21025 in N-scale, also with very great rolling wheels and couplers that do work. And yesterday was very windy and these cars did not blow over. So hats off to Intermountain Railway Company. You can check them out at intermountain-railway.com on the internet. There's a lot of other paint schemes in these variations and they've got a lot of neat stuff coming out. We saw so much Intermountain stuff up at Lombards.
We sure did, didn't we? Stacks and stacks and stacks.
And that's everything on my show notes. So let's talk about what we did last weekend, Joshua.
Wow, a lot of driving. So we got to drive up to Chicagoland area and see some amazing model railroad layouts and personal clubs and layouts. And
We saw 7 layouts.
yeah, and we have a list of them here.
We had an itinerary. Now, I've done this once before in Colorado, in Denver, when we went up to visit with Caboose, the Caboose up in Denver.
Yeah.
And Kevin Rubel drove me 825 miles in between 28 layouts over a period of 6 days.
Hey.
And they were all scheduled out, X amount of hours in between, with the road figured in and lunch breaks figured in. There was not enough time to smoke a cigarette back then when I smoked. And so the same thing happened to us this past weekend. Andrew made up a schedule for us, and he had us in the store at 8:30 in the morning so that we could review the schedule to know what we were about to do on Friday. And on that schedule, we had 6 layouts, I believe. So the first layout was the Prairie Scale Model Railroad Club in Lombard, Illinois. That was an amazing layout. We saw that one between 10:30 and 11:30. The second club was the End of the Line Model Railroad Club. That was in Villa Park, Illinois.
Under Safari Land.
Under Safari Land,
Yeah.
just up the street from the
That
hotel.
was very cool as well.
We saw that one from 11:45 to 12:15. I'm probably
Oh.
running some video clips of these.
Let's talk about lunch because we stopped.
I don't
for
have
lunch
video of
next.
lunch.
I have video for lunch.
You do?
I do.
Complicate my edit.
Here we go.
It was delicious.
Yeah, it sure was. Mike picked it out of a whim. I said,
Oh,
Mike,
yeah.
Mike, go on Google and find a place to eat in the next town we're going to. And Mike gets on there, and I believe it was called the Windmill Pancake House.
Windy Hill.
Windy Hill Pancake
Yeah, I saw a
House.
picture of a plate of food being delivered on a G-scale flat car in that
So,
restaurant.
I mean,
So
if
we
that was the
figured, yeah.
first thing we looked up, that it was serendipitous. So we stopped, and they closed at 3. We got there a little before 2 o'clock, and we were one of the last tables. We got a spot in the back here, and I'm showing you video right now. and so they have a little train that runs in front of the bar or on the bar and delivers your food. We didn't sit at the bar. We had our table because we had 6 people, but it was fantastic food. The waitress was just a gem. I enjoyed taunting her the whole time.
Oh, you two were going at it.
Yes,
It was-
she
There was a
would
little
run
bit
that
of a back
train
and
now.
forth.
I asked her to run the train, and she said, "What, are you 4 years old?" And I said, "Yes,
Yes.
ma'am, I sure am." And then I held her tip, not really, until she ran the train. It was super sweet and super cute. Thank you very much for the wonderful service.
So then we traveled to McHenry, Illinois to go see the Union Pacific Evanston subdivision layout. That was a layout built by Darrell Cruz. And I will tell you what, the scenery on that layout looked just like it says.
And check out the hourly show because more than likely we'll have a segment. And he just started HO a couple years ago, and he was an N scaler for a long time. And
We're going to run all these layouts through the What's Neat show at Model Railroad Hobbyist magazine starting in January and probably be able to run these through June. 1 layout per month, which is exciting. I'm really happy to hear about that. So then we had an hour to get to the next layout, and that was Tom Thompson's layout. And that was a Santa Fe layout, and James Regier was in his element because he had all the Santa Fe passenger trains.
Every
I've
one
never
of them,
seen
yes.
so many war bonnets in my life lined up side by side with the appropriate consists. These people really pay attention to detail, and these people go all out to make sure their consists are accurate. This is no easy task.
Yeah,
No.
he models a specific day, like June 30th, 1954. All the westbound trains lined up,
Yep.
you know. with the-
11 trains leaving westbound on that day, like
A
however
specific
many.
day.
Yeah, correct. And he had the baggage car that was all a baggage express. He had every car that ran on that day through that line, and an amazing Diablo Bridge scene as well.
Yes,
That was one of the
yeah.
highlights.
We then had 50 minutes to travel to the Elmhurst Model Railroad Club. It was dark when we got there. We saw a few commuter trains go by because it was right across the street from a commuter station in Elmhurst, right there in city proper. And what a cute little city that was. It reminded me of Kirkwood so bad. We primarily looked at, they had both layouts, HO scale and N scale, and we looked at the N scale layout because that's the
That was
one
a
where
nice
the
layout.
They
operators were
also had
running
an
it.
HON3 layout that was right in the beginning as well.
They did have HO N3 worked into the HO
And
layout.
all 3 of the layouts were very well done.
Then after that, we got spoilt with one of the most amazing dinners. Thank you, Andrew, and thank you,
Yeah.
Jeff, so
Yes.
much.
Roberto.
He had
Yeah.
Andrew had his wife there, and all the employees from the store, and all of our podcast crew, and Holly and I had the most amazing seafood dinner at this Italian restaurant called Roberto's, right there downtown Elmhurst, Illinois.
Yep.
Fantastic meal. Next day rolls around, and at 11 o'clock in the morning, we had to be at the Lake Erie, Cincinnati, and St. Louis Railroad.
John
Goodhart.
Yes.
What an amazing gentleman he was.
Wow.
He was very articulate. He was very easy to interview because he knew exactly how to explain his layout to us. One of the questions I asked him, and we asked all the modelers, what type of system do you use to run your layout? And 9 times out of 10, it was actually, I would say about 75% of the time, it was NCE. But John had something different going on.
Yeah.
He used NCE to run the trains, but he used Digitrax to power all of his signals and his systems.
Digitrax with LocoNet.
Yes. So, beautiful layout. Actually, his layout was very similar to a layout that used to be in Chicago a long time ago, which is really crazy because that was like one of the most amazing layouts that I loved, where the scenery was only 12 inches deep at all parts of the layout.
That way it's really
Batavia.
easy.
It was a
Batavia
Batavia.
Model Railroad. That's
Batavia
right.
Model Railroad Club. After that club, yes. So he designed his layout after the design of that one, but he was really heavy into operation. In the upstairs area of his home, he had a dispatcher's computer with multiple screens. No train moves on that layout without permission for movement
Yeah, that
through the
was
dispatcher
amazing.
and the radio set.
Yeah.
The way he had it hooked up was very, very cool.
So it was a very enjoyable 4 days. It was very, very, I would say it was cold in the 40s and 50s up in Chicago, as it's expected to be for that time of the year, for this time of the year. But for it to come from 82 degrees here to the next day, 42, that was just crazy last night.
Yeah, pretty neat.
I know, right?
What a roller coaster. Welcome to Missouri. Hold on tight. Here it comes. Can we talk about the rocket in the room?
There's a rocket?
There's a rocket, yes. Well, you could tell it's holiday time at Menards because they have all kinds of nice stuff out in display. And when I walked in and saw the Saturn V display here, you know, I had to buy it and bring it home.
How long before you saw it did you know that it smoked?
As soon as I read the side of the
Okay,
package,
okay.
they had it right there, and I was able to see that. They have it in O scale here. They also sell it in what they have, the HO, so I was impressed with that. But they had a large number of new buildings this year and different ones but I had to hold myself to only just buy this one right here. And we put the little water in there, and we see
smokes.
it smoking,
It's super
and it's very
cool,
impressive.
though.
I just think it's pretty neat to have it in that. And then, of course, I got a few more cars, like I always need more cars, and of course with the M&M
But
theme,
I mean, you always need M&Ms.
you always need M&Ms. You know, the red one's my favorite, and the yellow one is Glenda's favorite.
Wait. You don't have any candy, and it's the Halloween show. We got to egg your house afterwards.
Yeah.
How it works. You don't give us candy, we have to egg your house.
Let's just skip the eggs and throw some chickens on his front porch.
Chicken.
Yes.
So that's what was my adventures at Menards, and it's just everybody walks in there and sees them.
You know, we were talking about this before the show, but I'm always impressed how Menards has all the HO stuff and the O scale stuff, and it really brings trains into an environment that you would never even look for.
Exactly,
trains,
Right.
you know?
like the old days of when Famous Bar and the other department
Yeah.
stores,
Sure,
Sears,
yeah.
Everybody
stuff
had their
right
own
there.
toy department.
They did.
They
You
sold
go and
models.
find them, and then it brings the interest to just the everyday person
Well,
walking through
for
there.
so many people that don't even know about train hobby stores, and I mean the amount of train hobby stores has dwindled in almost nothing, but
Yeah.
that's really great to get that back into kids' lives, you know, to have it at Menards like that.
And they sell different sets and different things. It's very
Yeah.
easy for people to buy it. The usual underneath the Christmas tree, but at least it just gets some interest into trying to get more of the youth into the hobby and just getting anybody interested in more in that. So
very much so.
And it does that. I've been seriously cold calling Menards for going on 3 years to try to bring them in on the show to share some of their stuff with us, because I think this would be a very relative platform for them to share and track what it is that they do sell in all scales for the hobby. And that's another thing. When we were talking about going to Lombards,
I didn't realize the guy was filming.
did I mention the fact that the Midnight Madness sale that ran from 3 o'clock in the afternoon until midnight, they had 1,200 people that came to the store, and they stood. Let's show the clip of the line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Holly shot this video footage starting at the front door and working her way back through the entire line, past the ice cream stand, a block and a half down the street. These people stood outside for well over an hour, and it was cold.
Yeah.
And windy.
And they were all smiling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody was happy.
And I mean, there was a line until 9 or 10 o'clock. It is finally when they all came inside, and then it was quite impressive even after that on how many people were coming in and out. You
I
know?
can show a picture of the inside of the store. I shot a lot of overhead shots up the aisles of all the patrons. They were all smiling.
Yeah.
Everybody was happy.
Well, everybody's always excited.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
sounds when you were showing me the pictures and that type of stuff. It's almost like a line coming into a train show.
Yeah, yeah.
They're waiting the excitement to see coming into a store.
Yeah.
That's impressive that
Yeah,
a store
yeah.
can get that many people to come into it.
Well, and there were quite a few of our fans that showed up. I know Ray and Kevin showed up, and then
Steve Day.
Steve
Yeah.
Day was there hanging out with us for a while, and it was really neat. We met our #1 fan.
Ryan.
Here's a little
Oh,
clip
boy.
of him.
Ryan Miller.
That's right.
We have permission from Ryan's parents to run this video footage. Ryan is not 18 years old, but he is cute as hell, and he's so into it.
Yes.
He is.
Roll clip.
My name is Ryan Miller. I'm a huge train fan, and I love Ken Patterson's show. He's a fan.
And here's a little video of us. He got a What's Neat This Week hat that Denny Yelsma sent us to give out for free.
Yes.
And then he asked for all of us to sign his hat. So
Yep.
yeah, it was very cool. And you know, the youth in the hobby, we love to hear that you're watching us, Ryan, and send us your footage. We want to see your model railroads.
There was another gentleman there that wore a What's Neat shirt that he had bought from Denny. Actually, Denny told me he bought multiple blue What's Neat shirts and had a What's Neat hat on. And I'm showing you the clip of him and Holly. Holly's giving him a hug right now. But it's just, the enthusiasm is overwhelming. We're sitting here in this basement doing what we do. We play toy trains. And to feel the passion that is out there, I mean, people walked up to me and said, keep doing what you're doing, don't stop.
The camaraderie.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
camaraderie. They said, I work in my shop, and I work on my trains, and I listen to your show in the background while I'm working. There's a lot of people that, there's a lot of, love in the room.
Yeah.
A real train family.
Yeah,
That's everywhere
and thank
you're
you
at,
all
it's
for
a train
watching.
family in
And
that.
like I
That's
say
it.
all the
That's how it
time,
works out.
thank you for letting us come into your house on your TV and
No matter how
show
we
us
dress.
our shenanigans.
That's okay. They all come to watch Mike. Mike, what do you got going on tonight?
Well, cars. What a surprise.
Ken.
These are the new 1976 Gran Torinos, and they're from Burkina, and the first three paint schemes they came out with were the gold and the brown, and then this striped tomato scheme from Starsky and Hutch.
That's cool.
And I never watched that show, so I wanted to see if I could get rid of that white stripe, and I tried several things, but what finally worked was Easy Off oven cleaner that I used to strip paint off of 1/25th scale cars. I thought I'll try that. Just put it on there with a Q-tip, let it soak for like about 10 minutes, and it rub it off. And so,
It's damn good for cleaning the oven too.
yeah, right.
I never thought about for stripping trains.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then that green one, that's the newest color. That just came out. So I'm trying to collect enough of these for a tri-level auto rack load full.
Can't
So,
wait to see that.
Yeah, I hope they come out with some more colors, because I really don't feel like disassembling a bunch of those and trying to repaint them. You know?
Right.
So we'll see what colors they come out with. But another thing from Burkina is this tractor. They've really been doing a lot of trucks that I haven't been keeping track of. But Max and this particular one is a Kenworth Aerodyne with the built-in sleeper, and it has all kinds of chrome goodies on it, separate details, and fenders on the back, chrome fenders and tread plate, everything. And the wheels are really nicely detailed. You know, these models that are coming out are amazing now. So about the only thing you could do with this to improve it would be to add the master built models heat shields. They're photo etched heat shields that go over the muffler that really add a lot of
Oh,
realism.
the little things with the holes in
Yeah.
them.
Right. So yeah, master built models is where I source all my vehicles now through Bob Johnson, and he's always got the connections to get what I need. So this last thing is a nice little treat for modern modelers from Walter's Scene Master. It's actually a Bush manufactured vehicle. So it's a Sprinter design, Mercedes Sprinter, I guess, but this one has a Dodge style grille on it.
Very cool.
So and decorated for the U.S. Postal Service. So I mean, that's got a place on any modern layout.
Yeah.
I like to see that. And this has a, typical Bush separate parts. Clear red tail lights and mirrors, and all the detail separately applied stuff. So it seems to be like the standard with these new vehicles nowadays. All the separate parts.
Better and better every single time.
Yes.
Right.
Wow, Luigi, I had no idea you like cars.
Yep. Okay.
That's awesome. Where do we want to go from here, gentlemen? We've covered just about everything on our
Yeah,
notes.
I think I want to go.
Steve, you got something.
I have one quick little story here.
Okay.
I want to do a shout out to Brad Speltz from, I think it's Burwell, Nebraska.
Okay.
A few weeks ago, he called me. He'd seen on the podcast about buying trains, and he asked me, do I ever sell them? Well, of course, sometimes I sell them. But his grandson likes the Thomas trains, and he's looking to move him upgrade in that. And he asked me if he was coming into town, if I had some stuff that I could that he could purchase from me. So just yesterday, he came through, and he was at the house. And we had some HO cars, some track, transformers, some locomotives and that type of thing. And he was able to put a box together that he was going to take to Louisville, Kentucky, is where his grandson is at. And just as a matter of fact, when I was there talking with the people, all of a sudden there's a knock on the door, and Daniel happened to stop by. So we were in the basement testing locomotives, and I had Daniel come down the stairs, and this Brad was very impressed that not just one person was on the podcast, that he got to see Daniel. The first thing is he saw Daniel and said, "Oh, I've been watching you since you were in your Eagle, your Scouts
Yeah.
there," and he watches every episode in that. And it was very neat. Instead of buying a collection, that someone came by and wanted to get some stuff and do it that way. And anything we can do to keep the hobby
Youth
going
in
and
the
that,
hobby,
youth in the
yeah.
hobby. And then, of course, since I had one of the hats from Denny and that, I gave him a hat, and he was thrilled that he
Nice.
got a hat in that. And he tells me it's a small little town in Nebraska where he's at, and he's happy to take the hat and go from there.
There you go, Brad.
Very
Thank you
cool.
very much
Thank
for
you,
watching.
Thank you.
How very cool.
No.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you very much, Ken.
Best hobby in the world.
it sure is. isn't
With
it?
I
some
ran
of the
into
best
our
people
old
in it.
buddy John Welter. Haven't heard from
John
him.
Welter. He's
So-
modeling turn of the era steam locomotives.
Now he's back to modern stuff again.
Really?
Him and his wife moved up to a farm in northeastern Missouri a couple years ago, and he's building a layout in his basement now. All new, the Southern Pacific stuff, and I think he still dabbles a little bit in steam. But,
Yes, 440s is what he sent
yeah.
me a picture of this week on Facebook.
yeah. So I guess
Yep.
he's still doing that. Yeah.
I was impressed.
But anyway, it's always good to hear from old friends like him, and we wish him the best up there.
Yeah.
So
All right, guys, this is where we take
sorry.
Watch out for
the
Luigi's hat.
NCE Pro Cab,
Yay.
because we have an Amtrak train that is back here that I stopped earlier. Oh my God, I gotta talk about this clip. I can't go yet.
Oh.
On the way back home, driving down 55, we saw it used to be called the Missouri Mule.
It's now called the Amtrak.
Okay, the Amtrak
Yeah.
train from Chicago to St. Louis. Holly grabbed the video camera. She got really good at shooting video this weekend, or last weekend. And she shot this train while I was driving. And this train was out pacing us, but it
It
was
sure looks like you're keeping it,
it
up
was
with me here in this
booking.
video.
It's very
Yeah.
beautiful.
Very
As the
fast.
train pulls ahead of me, the sun reflected off the side of the train. It was just so pretty to see these 4 or 5 coaches in this this Amtrak locomotive just working her little heart out.
Yeah,
It's very impressive to see that.
they're up to 110 speed limit now. They're between Chicago and St. Louis.
That's
so
awesome. And I tried to replicate on my layout on Tuesday when I ran this train, and I can't get it to go that fast. The fastest I could get it to go was 98 miles an hour, according to the speedometer that Dan Michio gave us.
Okay.
That I'm using on the layout.
Did it do okay on curves?
You could have that. It did. So we're going to go take this throttle and this wonderful throttle from NCE because they simply work. We got 2 radios in the ceiling. A lot of the folks in the Chicago area, the biggest clubs, they do use the NCE system. They love it because it simply works. And with that many members and that big of a layout, that's all you want is it to work.
That's right.
Want to work.
So thank you very much, Jim Scorse, for the product that you make. There's a lot of other stuff that NCE sells because when we were in Lombards, right behind Andrew in the cash register, there was this whole wall of NCE decoders of various types. Just packages, just so much merchandise. So NCE definitely makes a lot of different stuff. Check them out at ncedcc.com, the power of DCC. So with that, gentlemen, here comes November. Let's go run some trains.
All right.
All right.
All right, this thumbnail's gonna be. Oh my God.
Here, give me the wig.
You're going to take the wig now?
Okay. Wherever we do.
Ready, set, go thumbnail.
Right.
You gotta put your hat on for the thumbnail,
Oh, okay.
right? Draw attention to ourselves. Richard, thank you for running camera tonight. Ready, boys and girls? He's putting on his hat. All right.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la la.
1, 2, 3.
la.
Okay, rock and roll. Key camera number 1 rolling for 45 seconds. Thanks for being here, Holly.
You're welcome.
Oh, Lord. How much fun was tonight? We should do
no
this
kissing
more
now.
often.
Now I remember why I cut all my long hair off back in the
Man,
day.
it is amazing. Wow.
Phew, I just lost
That's it.
100 pounds in hair.
That is something.
Oh my gosh, right?
No, what a good show.
I know, how much fun.
What a great
had
weekend.
rockets on
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, when does the fun stop around here?
It's been going on for 30 years since
Rock and roll.
Always going on.
Yeah.
Best hobby in the world, and that's not an understatement.
No, I agree.
You saw the first hand. Off the line there. The hobby shop, that is something to get that many people.
Kill sound, or did you already?
I did not kill.